welcome to Audrey's Kitchen. Today I'm gonna show you how to make a honey bun cake, and everybody loves honey bun cake, so I decided since I was making them I would demonstrate how to do it. The first thing you're gonna do is cut your oven on 350. And the next thing we're gonna do is look at the ingredients. Some of the ingredients are already measured out and some I saved so I can show you how to use the measuring tools. And plus I have some more equipment like the mixing bowl. This is my favorite mixing bowl to use if I'm not using my stand mixer. And this, I just love these bowls. So easy to clean, easy to keep sanitized, and I just love these two bowls. Today I'm going to make a quick Splenda cake mix for people with diabetes and watching their weight, or just don't eat a lot of sugar. So this is Splenda cake mix made by Pillsbury, and you can you have to know how to use this cake mix. I'll just tell you that, because this, when you use alternative sugars, your cake don't brown. It's just a lot of different things that happen that you don't, if you don't not experience it with this, it won't turn out good. But if you don't have any sugar problems, and some people that do still want regular food, you can use the regular Duncan Hines or in Super Morris or any other cake mix. So I'm going to use the sugar, nothing sugar free, but I'll say sugar free. Now I'm going to stick this over there. Okay, we're going to spray our pans so they'll be ready. We're going to spray our pans, and normally you will use a 9x13 pan for your regular honey bun cake, but I'm making small cakes. I always make a small cake because unless you request it, if somebody asks me, I'll make a larger cake. But I'm gonna use throwaway pans, and I'm making a small cake. Okay? And I'm gonna spray my pans, and always you spray it over the sink. And that way you don't get spray on the floor and slip. And this cake mix makes 2 small cakes and 1 large cake, 9x13. So spray it over the sink. To make sure that you don't get it on the floor. Sometimes people just spray anywhere, but this is the correct way. Spray it over the sink. Now we have that, and I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to be moving around a lot. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we talked about, I told you about brown sugar in my other video and the granulated sugar. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead on and measure my brown sugar and my cinnamon. So my ingredients are already pre-measured, some of them. And what you will have your cake mix, 4 eggs, and you will have a cup of sour cream. I talked about that in my other video. A cup of sour cream measured out, and the oil is measured out. And the correct way to measure oil is that you bend down and you look and you pour. Because if you measure it up like this, you may get inaccurate measurement, and you want to get accurate measurements. Then you have your cinnamon. I already have my teaspoon in it. You're going to have 2 heaping teaspoons of cinnamon in this honey bun cake. But we're going to mix that first. Okay? And then for my equipment, I have a Rubbermaid spatula that I'm going to scrape the sides of the bowl when I get finished mixing my cake. I have a regular spoon that I'm going to use to spoon my sour cream into my cake mix. I have a 1 tablespoon measure, which my milk, when I show you how to do the frosting that goes on, the glaze, you need 2 tablespoons. Not teaspoon, tablespoons, sorry. But I do have a 2 tablespoon measure. Some people don't have all of this, but you know, when you cook like me, you have all these little gadgets. So I do have a 2 tablespoon, and we'll get to that later. But I wanted to talk to you about this little gadget. I love this little gadget. I've already measured out my powdered sugar that goes on for the glaze into this little gadget. It holds a nice cup full, and what I like about it, it has a sprinkle side. I hope you can see that. And it has a pour side. I'll go up closer and just put it so you can see it. It has a pour side. See right there. And then you flip it over and it has a sprinkle side. So you can sprinkle, like when you do bundt cake, sometimes you just sprinkle the sugar on. And then I have it pre-measured. I can just pour it. I love this little gadget. Okay, now your hand mixer. I'm gonna have to take my cake mix and move it over there, and my back is gonna be turned to you. But this is a hand mixer. This is what I grew up on. Besides the old timey mixer, we used to use that too. It wasn't electric. And the whisk, sometimes I use the whisk. You can use the whisk also to make this honey bun cake. You really don't have to have an electric mixer, but it's quicker. And I'm going to use it. So I'm going to lay this aside, and we're going to measure the brown sugar so I can show you how to pack it. Okay, you're going to have your brown sugar. And I have a 1 cup. These are all my gadgets. 1 cup measure. And you're going to spoon it in. And you're going to spoon it in loosely. And you're going to show you, I'm going to come a little closer. You're going to pack it down. This is going to give you an accurate measure. With brown sugar, you have to pack it down. Brown sugar is a little different from granulated sugar. And see, it's not quite full, so you're going to add some more. And you're going to pack it down until you get a level cup. Okay, I got my level cup. Got my level cup packed down. And the way that you know that you packed it down correctly, when you put it in the bowl, I'm going to come close so you can see what I'm talking about. When you get ready to put it in the bowl, it's going to be the shape. It's going to be the shape of the cup. I forgot I had a silver bowl, but it's going to be the shape of a cup. And if it's not the shape of a cup it's to go in, you haven't packed it well enough, okay? So, that goes into the sink. Now, of course, I already have washed my hands, but before you start cooking, you know, you thoroughly wash your hands. But I already washed my hands several times because I made something else. I've cooked something else, and I'll show you how to do that. I made some preserves, some strawberry preserves, so I've already started my day with that. So, you're going to use 2 heaping teaspoons full of cinnamon, and you're just going to dump it in there. Just dump. This is so easy. Just dump. I always put an extra one. I'm sorry. I always put an extra one because, you know, I love cinnamon. And I don't have any complaints from my people that eat it. So, they love cinnamon too. But 2 heaping spoonfuls of teaspoonful will do for this honey bun cake. So, we're going to set this aside right now. And we're going to go to our honey bun cake. And this is sugar-free. But it has Splenda in it. So, you know, that's what they say, sugar-free. And I always say, nothing sugar-free. I'm going to step away a minute. We haven't talked about cooking shears. But I'm using regular scissors to cut my bag. And I'm going to dump my cake mix right in. This is the easiest cake. You're going to love it. It's really easy. Easy to do. And all you're going to do, you're going to break 1 egg at a time. You're going to put it in. And I like to have in this little bowl 4 eggs, remember. 4 eggs. You're going to dump your eggs in. 1 at a time. Yes, you're going to mix all of this at one time. And then you're going to put in your sour cream. 1 cup of sour cream, remember. Or you can buy the smallest 8-ounce container in the store. And you don't have to measure out, but I do a lot of cooking, large cooking when I do cook. And so I need the larger containers. And you're going to pour your oil. 2/3 cup. Remember, you're going to put it on a flat surface and you're going to look down. You're going to pour and measure. That's accurate measurement. Okay, now we're ready. I'm going to step right over here and I'm going to turn to the side. You probably still can see me. And I'm going to mix mine. No, you don't add water in my recipe. It's sour cream, oil, and eggs and cake mix. You want to get it just mixed good. Then you're going to get your Rubbermaid spatula. And I can come back to the homemade table I made. I made this. My kitchen is, you won't be able to see me. I will have to turn my back, so I made me a little island. And I like it. I have my different tools down here, some of my ingredients. It's wonderful. I love it. So you're going to go ahead on and use your Rubbermaid spatula. And you're going to bring a pan 1 at a time. I can do 2. And you will have 1 9 by 13 pan. And I like these throwaway pans. You know, I'm in the modern day. Not a lot of washing dishes. And plus I give away a lot, so they don't have to worry about bringing back a pan. And you're going to, when you use the smaller pans like I'm using, you're just going to half your batter, your cake batter. You're going to halfen it. And make sure you get it even. Scoop that around a little bit. Scoop this around a little bit. Make sure you Get it even. I just add, and if it don't look even, I just add more to it. That's what you do. Now your mixture that you made earlier with the cinnamon and your brown sugar, you're going to get a placement knife. A placement knife. We call it a butter knife, but this is not a butter knife. I'll show you a butter knife in the future, but they use it for butter, and you can't change people's mind. This is a placement knife that you use when I show you how to do a place setting. You use this with a place setting. So what you're going to do now, remember your mixture. You're going to take your mixture. Make sure, try to get the lumps out of it, because if you have these lumps in it, you're going to have a lumpy cake. You want to beat the lumps out. And then you're just going to take a regular little spoon and you're going to sprinkle it over. Sprinkle it. Yes, yes. I'm enjoying doing this. I got my love for cooking back. This virus have brought everything out of me that I used to do. I used to love to cook. And I know I teach cooking, but the kids, I love to see them cook. You know, they are so happy and joyful when they make something and say, Miss Vines, look what I made. And this is really funny, but a student taught me how to make this honey bun cake. One of my students. I modified the recipe according to what I wanted to do, but they showed me the basics. So I learned from my students. We can learn from young people. We can learn from babies. So you go ahead on. It depends on how much you want up there. You just go ahead on and sprinkle. Sometimes you have some left because this is a small cake. You just take your knife, girls and boys and men and women, and you just stir. 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 Make sure you stir it. If you don't, I made one. Oh, it was so good. And I didn't stir it all through. I said, oh, I'm going to try and see what happened. It had this nice crust on it. And I have to confess, I did eat a half of one, and I took my sugar this morning, and it was normal. I went like, wow. Yes. I just, try stuff. And remember, this is a sugar-free one. And remember what I told you about sugar-free cake mix. Is real hard to use if you don't know how to, you got to know how to use it. And I'll show you. This is going to turn out perfect anywhere. Honey bun cake, it doesn't matter what kind of cake mix you use. Now, normally, I use the brown sugar I use for this sugar-free honey bun cake. I'll show you in a minute when I put these in the oven. And I'll keep talking. I'm going to put these in the oven. My oven is ready. Yes, 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 yes. By the time when you cut your oven on and you're doing your cakes, your oven is ready. So, oh yes, after you get finished mixing your cake and get ready to put it in the oven, always wash your hands. Wash your hands. I'm putting my stuff in the oven. You still can see me bent over, I guess, but it's kind of tight in here. So and you're gonna let these your honey bun cake cook Um, takes about 25 minutes for my stove. So your stove, everybody's stove cook different, cause the stoves at school cook a little different from my stove at home. So you're gonna let it cook until you take a cake tester or toothpick. Most people use a toothpick. I'll show you a cake tester as we go along, and if I make another cake. But anyway, your toothpick supposed to come out clean. So that's how you know it's done. And it will be cooked away from the sides of the pan. Okay, this is one I made earlier. And for some reason, my honey bun cake really looks like a honey bun. Oh, you can see it. See? It looks like a honey bun. It's shaped like honey bun. Is not smooth across. And it's so good. Always cover your food when you finish it. Okay, there you have it. Now you can make your own honey bun cake. And like I said, for some reason, my recipe, it looks like a honey bun. Like when you get a honey bun, it's not smooth. Next time you eat a honey bun, it has little crevices in it. And my honey bun cake looked like a honey bun. So I hope you learned something, and go ahead on and make you a honey bun cake. And as I cook, I'm going to demonstrate my recipes. And you'll be able to get these recipes in the future. I'm working on me a recipe book, but it's taking just a little while. And so, until next time, have a good day and cook your honey bun cake and eat it in moderation. You can eat anything in moderation, just a little tip.